when you think about what a man is a provider, a protector, a leader, an organizer, a man of God. You know, his heart is after God. That's a real man. I know the world pushes this effeminate nature of a man now, but no, that's not what a man is. A man doesn't even really argue with a woman because a man is not emotional. A real man is not emotional. Now that does not negate the fact that a man doesn't cry, that he doesn't hurt, that he doesn't feel pain. And that is very true. Men do hurt and men suffer in silence a lot. And I think men should be able to express themselves. But right now, I just want to talk about what a man truly is. And I know I've made several videos getting on the women about their attitudes and how they act, but I do have to call the man to the stand today. Because God has called the man, specifically the black man, to a very high standard and position that he must fulfill. So yeah, with that being said, you are supposed to do what God has called you to do as a man. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to lead. You're supposed to provide. You're supposed to protect. So when I look online and I see these brothers going back and forth with these women, yes, their points are valid. I deal with black women, and I know how not all black women, because most of the sisters that I associate myself with, they're wives, you know, they're homemakers, you know, business owners. They're good, humble women, you know, they're not loudmouth, wild hood rat banshees, you know. So I don't necessarily get offended when I see brothers bashing black women, because I'm assuming those are the women that they're bashing. So I get it. Yes, a lot of our women are unruly. But I guess it comes from pain, because a lot of them don't even know what a man is supposed to be. And they don't know what a real man is like. So they don't know what to respect or expect from a real man, you know? So with that being said, you're supposed to get your women in check. And I know the feminists are not going to like that, but who cares, okay? I've said it time and time again. Everybody have their own path to take in this realm on planet Earth, this 3D low vibrational realm. Every being, every soul has its own path to take. This is the path that I am choosing to take, to speak. This is what I feel is right. You know, so no one should have an issue with it. So let me get back to the point. You're supposed to have your women in check. And why don't you have your women in check? A lot of our men are in prison. A lot of our men are on the down low. A lot of our men are with other men. A lot of our men don't know what is, they've never seen a man. Even if they had a father in the home, they still don't really know what it is to be a man. Like I said, a man isn't even really supposed to argue with a woman. She's a woman. She's beneath you. She's your lower half, bro. The Most High has called the black man to a very high standard, and I feel he's disappointed with what's going on in our community. Our men are very effeminate. You don't necessarily have to be a homosexual to be effeminate. There are homosexuals who aren't effeminate. They're very masculine. So a man not wanting to work, a man not wanting to provide, a man that's arguing with a woman all day, a man that's bashing a woman all day on the internet, that's effeminate behavior. You're not a man. Malcolm X, that's a man, you know, like that's like the ideal model of a real man. You know, I feel that in today's society, we have lost the true role of a man and a woman. I believe that a woman is supposed to be a homemaker, a wife, a mother, submissive to her husband. And I believe that a woman should listen to her man. I believe that, like, to me, that turns me on, being submissive and letting your husband lead and provide and protect. You know, like, I mean, and even for instance, if the brother has issues with infidelity, divorce doesn't have to be the option, you know. You can pray about it. You can fast. Maybe that's a demon that he's dealing with, you know. You can pray for your spouse to get better. You can pray for your husband to get better. But I know today's women, they're going to argue with me in the comment section. These women are very haughty. They don't want to hear nothing like that. But if he's a good man and he's providing for you, taking care of the children, doing what he's supposed to do as a man, and if lust is something that he's battling, you can pray. You can pray for that. If it doesn't work, then yeah, you can get a divorce. But, you know, if your prayer and fasting works, then hey, you can save your marriage. You can save your relationship. And should go out and work and provide and protect for his family. And even the sisters in the community. Like, I know a lot of sisters, even myself have been in positions where it's just so hard and you don't know where your next dime is coming from. And a sister shouldn't have to sleep in her car, even if that's not your wife, even if that's not your sister. Just being the leader in our community as a man, our women shouldn't be struggling. Your other brothers in the hood shouldn't be struggling. Like the older G's in the community should be teaching the young brothers, hey man, put that gun down, put those drugs down, pick up a book, go to the mosque, go to the church, a real mosque, fast, pray, bow before the Most High, ask him to show you the way. Like, this is what God has called our men to do. When I look at some of these sisters that I know, and like I said, myself, I've been there, we shouldn't have to struggle as a whole, as a community, we know who runs everything, right? So when you look at our men online bashing black women, I don't think they're talking to women like me. I don't think they're talking to good, wholesome women, to real wives and real mothers. I don't think they're talking to women like me. I do feel that they're projecting their anger to the hood rats or whatever. But even those sisters need they need to be taught. Take the time to teach them. But I understand a lot of our women are so haughty and so mean and so spiteful, you can't even reach them. So I get it. I guess not all of our people can be saved, and the Bible says that. So I know we can't save everyone in our community, but those who are willing to learn, those who are willing to be taught, you should teach, brother. Don't bash your women. If those are the ones that aren't willing to learn, move on to the next sister, move on to the next brother. Like I said, it's a lot of men in our community who needs to be taught as well. One last thing that I have to say. The whole single mother, baby mama thing. A lot of brothers look down on women who are single mothers, but you have to understand, you have multiple baby mamas. So can you control your dick? Can you control your penis? Can you get that head down there in check? And a lot of the sisters that y'all are judging, a lot of these women were virgins. A lot of women, they're a single mom, but that's the only man they've ever been with. What if they were in an abusive relationship and the guy was beating the heck out of them? So you never know. You can't just judge a woman because she's a single mom. You don't know her situation. Now, these sisters out here that are constantly getting pregnant, got 2, 3, and 4, 5 different baby daddies, then yeah, that's different. They do need to be taught something. They do need to, change their behavior and their pattern in the minute they're choosing to lay with. I get it. Now, as I stated in a previous video, you're, as a man, especially if you don't have any children, you're not obligated to be with a single mom. Just like a single woman who has no children is not obligated to be with a man that has children. That is only for someone who's willing to take on that responsibility. I totally believe in that. Like with me, I'm a single mom, even though I was a virgin and he was the only man I've ever been with. I don't put that responsibility on nobody. Whether he does his part or not, I take full responsibility. Hey, I laid down, I fornicated, but I learned not to make that same mistake again. That's why I've been celibate. And I will continue to stay celibate. I'm not moved by that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not moved by my lower nature. I'm not moved by lust. And also, I feel like, since I made a mistake, I feel like I'm damaged goods, even though I've only been with one person. I feel I'm no good. I feel I'm no good because what can I give my husband? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a virgin anymore. Main thing is, brothers, you guys have to take some responsibility too. And if you bash me like the sisters bash me, that's fine. But someone has to say it. Do not sit online all day and argue with your woman, your women in general. She's beneath you, bro. Like, God made her for you. You don't argue with her. A woman shouldn't argue with the man. Know your place as a woman. You keep your mouth shut. You do not argue with a man. See, the man has forgotten his role and the woman has forgotten her role. We have to bring back balance. And men, the things that you guys are complaining about in our community, you don't do the white man like that. Just like we can gangbang in our hoods, but yet you don't own nothing. The white man runs everything. So you can go in the neighborhood and become the new KK and kill your men and women and children, but you won't do nothing to the enemy, to the oppressor. So you're not really a gangster to me. Shout out to Charleston White. He's exactly right.